Okay, let's just dive right in. I want to talk about something, a kind of painful secret, honestly, that I think a lot of us share, especially when we're chasing after a really big goal.
You know, it's this crazy, frustrating pattern that so many of us fall into. And I'm willing to bet you felt this yourself at some point. I know I have.
It's this right when you're on the verge of a breakthrough, you know? When all that hard work, all those late nights are finally about to pay off, that is the exact moment most people give up. They just walk away.
And look, let's be super clear about this. This isn't about being weak. It's not a willpower thing at all. It's about endurance. It's about that deep, soul-crushing exhaustion that sets in when you've been pushing so hard for so long, and the finish line still feels like it's a million miles away. And it's such a tragedy, right? Because so often, the people who quit, they were standing right on the 1-yard line. They were literally on the edge of everything they ever wanted. So, the big question is, why? Why does this happen? Well, it really boils down to how we think about progress. We expect it to be this big, loud, obvious thing, right? Like trumpets and fireworks. But the truth is, most of the time, it's totally silent.
And this completely changes the game, doesn't it? It reframes what we should be looking for. We're searching for these huge signs from the universe, but that's just not how it works. I mean, think of it like planting a seed. All the most important stuff, the roots spreading out, getting strong, it all happens underground where you can't see it, long before you ever see that first little sprout. That's what silent progress feels like.
Okay, so this whole silent progress thing, it can create a really dangerous illusion. It makes us feel like we're just stuck, like we're spinning our wheels in the mud. And honestly, that feeling is the #1 reason people just throw in the towel. Again, it's not because the goal is impossible. It's not that you're not good enough. Nope. People quit because the progress feels totally invisible. And when you can't see any change, when you can't feel any movement, that's when the doubt monster starts whispering in your ear, right? It makes you question everything.
This right here, this is the huge disconnect. When you're thinking, ugh, I'm just going in circles. What's really happening is you're building up this massive wave of momentum. And that feeling of, oh my God, nothing is happening, that's actually the universe preparing you for what's about to come. So the feeling is a total deception. The reality, that's progress.
You gotta remember this. Seriously, every single success story you've ever read about, ever heard, it has this chapter. It always does. The part where the hero feels totally lost, convinced that all their effort has been for nothing. And you know when that moment comes? It's always right before everything is about to change. Okay, so let's actually talk about that momentum for a second. Let's try to make this invisible thing visible. Because trust me, every single ounce of effort you have put into this, it hasn't vanished. It's been adding up.
I mean, just think about it. Every single one of those late nights, every ridiculously early morning you dragged yourself out of bed, every time you told yourself, okay, just one more hour instead of giving up. None of that was wasted. It doesn't just disappear into thin air. It's all been stored up, kind of like charging a giant battery, just waiting for the right moment to be released.
And this is the whole point. This is so crucial. It's not a question of if it all adds up. It's like a law of physics, a law of effort. It always adds up, every time. It's building this huge wave of momentum that you might not even feel, right up until the moment it comes crashing down on the shore of your success.
Which brings us to the final stage, that point of maximum difficulty. You know the one I'm talking about, the one that almost always comes right before the big breakthrough. Just think of it as the final exam, the boss level. And listen, this isn't a punishment. The universe isn't out to get you. It's preparation. It's life's way of making sure you're actually strong enough to handle the very success you've been asking for. You're not being broken down here, you're being forged. So, what do you do when you're in that final, absolutely brutal stage? Well, the answer is so simple it's almost infuriating, but it's definitely not easy. You just keep going. You keep believing. You keep pushing forward, even when today feels exactly the same as yesterday and the day before that. Because here's the promise. If you can just pass that final test, if you can just endure this one last push, a moment is coming. And I promise you, when it comes, everything is gonna suddenly make sense. It will all just click into place. All right, so let's just do a little thought experiment. Imagine for a second that you've done it. You pushed through all of it, and you're standing there at the finish line, and you're looking back at the journey. From that new perspective, you're gonna see it so clearly. That moment you almost quit,
The day you almost threw in the towel, you'll realize you were right there. You were just around the corner from it all, just beyond what you could see at the time.
And with that clarity, you're gonna have this huge realization that your breakthrough was never a matter of if, it was always just a matter of when. That moment you were working for, it was coming for you the whole time. And you'll finally get it. You were always, always so much closer than you thought.
So what's the big takeaway here? What do I really want you to hear? It's this one simple, urgent thing. Whatever it is you're working on, whatever dream you're pushing for, please believe me when I say you are closer than you think. So don't you dare stop now. Just keep going.